Alma's recipe here. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to make chorizo. You guys are not going to believe in how easy it is to make it. Today we are making beef chorizo, but you can do the same thing with pork. The step is the same thing, so vamos a empezar. You will need 2 pounds of ground beef, 85% lean, 15% fat. You will need 1/3 of a cup apple cider vinegar, 10 chiles California or pasilla, either one works. 1 liter of water, you can use more if you need to. 2 teaspoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of paprika, half a tablespoon of oregano, 4 pimentones, 1 teaspoon of whole cumins, 5 garlics, 2 bay leaves, 1/3 of the cup of the water you use to cook the chiles. The last thing you're going to need is sandwich bag or cling wrap. The first thing that we're gonna start is by boiling our water at medium heat, and we can cover. We're gonna add 1 liter of water. If your pot is a little bigger, you can add a little bit more if you want, but I'm just gonna use it 1 liter. I'm gonna cover with the lid so that will boil quickly. And the reason that we start with the water first is because in the meantime that you start bringing the water to boil, in the meantime you work with the chiles, and when you're done, the water should be pretty much warm. And I find out for myself it's easier to use the scissors to prepare our chiles and then put it in place so you don't make a big mess. That's an easy way. So we're gonna do the same thing with every single one. If you don't want to spicy, this one is not really spicy at all. I find out the chile California is less spicy. El pasilla is a little bit more spicy. But what I said again, you can use either one. So you cut the top and then you open in half. After that, when you do that, you can just cut the veins if you want, or just take the seed. And if you want it a little bit spicy, you can also add chile de árbol. I don't like mine spicy, so that's why I use this one. And we're gonna do the same thing with every single one. And usually when you start boiling the water, it takes between 10 to 15 minutes at room temperature. Now that I have taken the seeds out of my chiles, I'm gonna just rinse it out. These ones are really beautiful. Like you can see, this is really nice and beautiful. But sometimes you buy the chiles and they come a little bit dirty inside. This one, they don't even have a lot of dirt, but sometimes they do have dirt. So it's important after that. So I'm just gonna rinse it out inside. And I start by outside first and then inside. So now I put the lid, my water is already boiled. It didn't take very long. So from then I'm just gonna put my chiles, and I'm only gonna leave it for 2 minutes. And I'm gonna just cover and leave 2 minutes, and then we're gonna turn it up. Okay, so it's already 2 minutes, and this is how it looks. So we just, to this point, we're just gonna turn it up. So I'm just gonna cover it back again. I'm just gonna let it to cool down. I'm gonna remove it from there so they can cool down quickly. And then just wait, and then we'll be back. I already preheat my pan, so I'm gonna just kinda saute a little bit my ingredients. So I'm gonna put my oregano, my pimientas, my cumins, and my bay leaves for a very short time. We don't need very long, maybe like 30 seconds just after your pan is warm. Make sure you don't leave it too long because you don't want to burn it. But your pan needs to be warm. And we're gonna turn it off now. As soon as you start smelling the smell of the ingredients, it's time to turn it off. And that's it. We're gonna start by preparing our chiles. So I already have my cumins over here, my oregano, my bay leaves, and my 4 pimientas. And I'm just gonna put it in here in my blender. My 5 garlic, 3 tablespoons of paprika. So I'm gonna add 1/3 a cup of water, the one that I used to cook the chiles. I'm just gonna put it here. And then I'm gonna use my vinegar, very important, so we don't forget our vinegar. That's the thing that's gonna help you to preserve the meat. So we're gonna put it right in there. We're gonna put it in here. 2 teaspoons of salt. For now, the last thing that we need is our chiles. I'm just gonna take my chiles and put it here. And we're not gonna use a lot of water because we do not need a lot of water. We don't wanna make it too water, so we want it kinda a little thicker. So we're just gonna put everything there. And we're gonna start blending a little slow so it don't be too heavy in your blender. Now that I have all my ingredients together, the only thing that I need to do is now just blend it. I'm gonna start slow. I have a very thick paste, and that's what I want. So let's talk a little bit about the meat. I have over here 85% lean and 15 fat. Sometimes they have like 95% lean, or this one 85%. So also they have like 80%. I kind of like this one, but you can choose whatever. You do need a little bit of grease, and that's what I went for this one. I'm just gonna put it in my bowl here. Or you can combine one 85% lean, and then an 80% lean. You can choose either one. So before we do that, I'm gonna taste my chile, see if it has plenty salt. And I think it has plenty. As you can see, I have like a paste. It's not like water. That's what we want. And we can just take everything that we have here. I do recommend you to use gloves because this one it will stain your hands. And the chili needs to be cold. We'll never add anything hot in the meat. And you can totally start smelling the meat. Let me totally smell like chorizo. See how it looks? We're gonna make sure everything is so combined together so the flavors will marinate really well. For now, we're gonna put it in the refrigerator and let it marinate for 24 hours. You can eat it as it is now, but it's better for you to let it marinate in the refrigerator. Minimum 24 hours. I'm gonna store it over here. The reason that you need gloves because really, you see, that's why. To this point, I don't need this. I'm just gonna take it up. From here, I'm just gonna cover and put it in the refrigerator and they'll be ready. I had another batches already ready so I can show you how to use storage. So I'm just gonna put this one in the refrigerator. So this one is already marinated. As you can see, it has a little bit of water, a little bit of juice, not much, but if you do have it after you're gonna store it, just take that out so we don't need it. You see, it's not that many. So from here, usually you get like 5 cups of chorizo. And I'm gonna show you how to store it if you want. And again, we need more gloves, so we're gonna start by doing that. And I'm gonna use 1 cup to measure so I can store it like that. So if I only wanna make huevos con chorizo, papas con chorizo, and I don't use it only in one, so you can put it in the refrigerator. So I'm gonna give you 2 options that you can store it. I recommend you to store it like in 1 cup. And then I have my cup. It doesn't have to be exactly, just so that way you can know. I have another one. This one makes like 5 cups, but I already used 1. So I make some nopales con chorizo. So that's why I'm missing 1. If you already have it measured, I'm just gonna grab my part and I'm just gonna put it here. And I'm gonna squeeze it and sip it. And you can probably just put the day. I'm gonna open again so I can take all the air. That's one way to store it. And then as you need it, you can just be pulling it out of the refrigerator. And it's easy. And you see, it's really easy. It doesn't take very long to make it. It's just more like the time it takes the chiles to cook. So there's one if you want to store it like that. So what I'm gonna do with another one, I'm gonna just put it in here. I'm just gonna do this. And then I'm gonna just roll it. And roll it. And roll it. And I cut this one big enough so I can tie it. You see, sometimes when you buy it in the store, if you buy it in the store, you buy it in the plastic. But if you buy it in the Desiree makes, sometimes they put it in the intestine. But this one is good. Of course, when you're gonna cook it, you're not gonna cook it with plastic, so you're gonna take it. So you leave enough space, the wrapper, so you can tie it up. They say over here. You can just squeeze it. This much. You see that? And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna tie it from here. And there you have it. And there you have your chorizo. That's it for this video, guys. As you can see, it's really easy to make. The good thing about this recipe, if you make it and you have it already ready, you can keep it in the freezer up to 2 months. Store it like that. And if you think you cannot use it like in a week, so you don't need to freeze it, you can just put it in the refrigerator. But I usually sometimes I freeze and I just pull once at a time in the morning or night. If I'm gonna use it in the morning, I just pull it up at night and I use it in the morning. I use this one a lot. The good thing about this is you can make so many things. You can make it with beans with chorizo, chorizo with potatoes. You can also make with nopales. You can make tacos. Well, tacos are really good. You can make burrito with chorizo. Also, you can make it with eggs. I made this one a lot because that's one of my husband's favorite dish for breakfast. I'm gonna teach you guys how to make torta con chorizo. That I'm gonna be using this for that, so stay tuned for that. And as I said, there's many different ways, very easy to make. So if you guys wanna know how to use other dishes with chorizo, I already have some in my channel, so I'll link the video how to make dishes with chorizo. So hasta la vista.